Update. On am I the a-hole for exposing my brother's cheating to his fiancée? I stood there, my heart hammering against my ribs as my brother's fiancée stared at me, her face pale as a ghost. The weight of the truth pressed heavily on my chest, but I knew I couldn't be the one to carry this burden alone. Are you going to tell him, or should I asked, my voice steady despite the storm raging inside me. Her lips parted, then shut again. She was trapped. She knew it. I knew it. Please, she whispered, eyes pleading. Just let me handle it. Give me time. Time? Time for what? To twist the truth? To manipulate him into staying even after knowing she'd been sneaking around behind his back? I shook my head. He deserves to know now, before he commits his entire life to you. Tears welled up in her eyes, but I wasn't about to fall for the theatrics. I turned and walked out of the room, my mind already set. My brother was sitting on the couch, scrolling through his phone, completely oblivious to the bomb I was about to drop on him. Hey, we need to talk. He looked up, frowning at the seriousness in my voice. What's wrong? I took a deep breath. It's about her, about your fiancé. His brows furrowed, and then she walked in, her face blotchy from crying. Babe, let's go home and talk, please. I turned to her sharply. He needs to hear this from me. You had your chance to be honest. I looked my brother dead in the eyes and told him everything. How I caught her, how she begged me to keep quiet, how she had no real excuse for what she'd done. His expression darkened with every word. At first he looked at me like he didn't want to believe it, but then, when he turned to her and she couldn't even deny it, something broke inside him. I saw it happen, the trust, the love, it all shattered in an instant. Is it true? He finally asked her, his voice eerily calm. She opened her mouth, closed it, then nodded. I didn't mean for it to happen, she said weakly. It was a mistake. He stood up abruptly, his jaw clenched. A mistake is forgetting an anniversary. A mistake is saying something hurtful in an argument. Cheating isn't a mistake. It's a choice. The room fell silent. I could feel the tension like a physical force pressing against us. She started sobbing, trying to reach for him, but he took a step back. We're done. Just 2 words, but they carried so much finality. She begged, she pleaded, but he was already walking toward the door. I followed, knowing he needed me now more than ever. As we stepped outside, he let out a shaky breath and turned to me. Thanks for telling me. I don't know if I could have gone through with the wedding not knowing. I clapped a hand on his shoulder. You deserve someone who won't betray you. He nodded, but his face was filled with heartbreak. He loved her. But love wasn't enough when trust was already dead. And just like that, the wedding was off, and my brother was saved from a lifetime of lies. But I couldn't shake the feeling that, even though I had done the right thing, this was going to haunt him and me for a long time.